This video is all about simple moves for easy power in the golf swing. Today we've got Ian, who has gone from a handicap of 2022 unofficially now down to early teens. This is his story of making his golf swing simple and easy, but don't forget the power as well. Stick around for the whole video. Well, that's just chalk and cheese, isn't it?
So we can keep that on the plate, can't we?
So let's just go back to the start for everybody watching now. So we've been working together, what, 18 months? Probably longer than that now.
About 18 months.
About 18 months. Okay, so I want you just to tell the viewers now, like, your story of like where your swing was, where you were at before us starting to work together.
I think I was probably ready for wrapping it, weren't I, when I first started seeing it. I just had so many swing thoughts and was just searching for something like perfection, and just Ed was just chocker. I remember the first lesson we had, came seeing you and was like, just let's start from scratch.
Yeah.
And one word what we used probably for the first 2-3 months I'd say was decluttering. Yeah. Everything was just about, right, let's get rid of all the thoughts in your head and let's just start playing some natural golf.
And even that in between each lesson, I think we had to go into that stage of, right, Ian, you've gone away for 3 weeks, declutter again, gone away with the declutter. But that's fine because it was just training you out of having so many thoughts. So right now on the golf course, you probably have as little thoughts as ever you've had on the golf course.
It's just what works natural for everybody. Like some people like standing over the ball quite a long time. I find that the shorter time that I'm over the ball, get over the ball, sort of try and visualise what I'm trying to do and just pull the trigger and move on. Okay, so we know your ball flight's improved and we've got to this position where we feel quite comfortable on the golf course, and we're going to go through that in just a second, everybody, so please do stick around. Don't forget, this is also Sunday Swing, so if you want to be in Ian's position, free swing analysis, drills to improve your game, then do make sure you stick around to the end and I'll tell you exactly how you can enter. Okay, so talk us through what you were feeling in your swing, and we'll put some videos up by the side, and I'm sure you've got some on your phone, you can either send me or I've got some as well, of what it looked like. So talk us through what was happening. Early doors, just from knowing a little bit, I knew I had this massive early extension. Yeah. And it was like kind of,
how do I get away from that?
Yeah. And then I always knew I had it, but I could never find why. And I used to have the real bad habit of hands would work out, club face would come wide open. Yeah. It'd end up really laid off here. Shoulders would be really steep, and then it'd come straight over the top, and then I'd get this trying to square the face. And that's ultimately why you had no distance. Yeah. And that means you're a big guy, you're a tall guy, and you're a strong guy, but you were hitting it, if I could be honest, like short for what you can. You weren't very efficient, and you got drive around. It's like, bloody hell, how do I kind of keep it on the planet, kind of thing. That was it.
So just shows that views again. So if you just come here and you stand exactly down the line and just shows that from that perspective, just straight on, that's perfect. So shows that it looked like, so it was really kind of opening on the way back, flattening off on the way.
And then it'd stand really up and then it'd come this way. Yeah. And then I'd have to sort of here, and then it'd always end up like a bit of a
cricket shot.
Yeah.
Funny, he wasn't a cricketer, but but yeah, it wasn't very efficient. That's why we're going to get into right now our process right from the start, and this is why I think it's a great video for you all to watch, because Ian's in the position of, I think, which are 90% of golfers right now. We're all pretty new to the game, or we're all trying to find a percentage of distance here or there. This is how you did it, and I think a lot of people can learn from it. Yep. So Ian, let's go back to the start. So we talked about setup, didn't we? Yeah. How we can stand to the golf ball better, because we were very much like sat back and not very athletic, everything on our heels. Yeah. So we talked about getting the armpits over the toes, the middle of the hip through the middle of the foot, and this got us all more athletic. So we just use the analogy of like if you were deadlifting or you were lifting a heavy weight up or a box up, everything would be a lot more athletic rather than...
Yeah, we use the analogy of the goalkeeper as well. Yeah. He'd sort of stand really athletic and he'd be ready to shift compared to, he wouldn't be studying like...
No, exactly. So again, all about increasing distance, and that's something that we actually, it's funny, like, I guess it was one of our goals, but it actually wasn't our main goal, was it? It was to become more consistent, and just as a result of that and having control of our ball flight and not an open face, we got more distance. Yeah. We got way more distance. Okay, so talk me through how you kind of go through that routine right now, just as your checkpoints. How do you make sure you're stood to the golf ball better for you right now?
Well, like literally, like right in the beginning stage, we literally did a lot of like making sure everything, like the basics were really right, like making sure grip was right and club was right, and it was literally this movement.
Yep.
It sounds like really stupid, but it was literally like this from the beginning.
And then we did a lot of that, didn't we?
Loads, yeah.
I think actually people would be surprised how little balls we actually hit in sessions,
Yeah.
compared to like what people think we hit. I think it was more of you, I think this is for everybody, it's more gaining that understanding to take that to the golf course or take that to your range session, rather than batting a load of balls, feeling, I feel a little bit better. Actually, I've got a few unanswered questions.
Yeah, it was definitely like quality over quantity.
Definitely. Okay, so we sorted out setup, we sorted out how we stand to the golf ball better. Let's go on to the next stage. What did we do to make your backswing feel a little bit steeper? We focused on two aspects. We actually looked at body first, and then we looked at club, and we said if the body moves better, the club starts to react better.
Yeah, we looked at quite a few different like sort of, and you know we did a lot of these drills of club was this way.
Yeah, so really over exaggerated.
Yeah, like massively over exaggerated, so it was kind of like this, and so the hands were in, the club was out, and then we kind of progressed that then onto really trying to feel as though I shut the face massively, just because I was used to someone who probably was like here.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people watching this right now be in that same boat.
So we kind of had the feeling of it being here.
Good, yeah. And then from there we were then working on left shoulder underneath, hands up. And the amount of times I said to you, like, go on, get that sole of the club feeling like it points the target, get it steep. And when you were over exaggerated to the nth degree, yes, the ball flight wasn't great straight away, but the mechanical movements were better straight away, which meant it was easier to sink the downswing up.
Because we kept speaking about the feel and real as well.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the time, like I'd hit a shot and you'd say, how's it feel? And I'd be like, oh, feels like I'm here. And realistically,
I'd show you on video and it was like,
no,
not me that. Okay, so just hit one away for us and just that feeling, just show us a bit of a waggle, show us that feeling.
So yeah, so we work on this.
Nice. So look how neutral that ball flight is now.
Yeah.
We had no divot to start with either, which is another thing that we worked on.
Yeah.
And that was just so much better right there. And that divot now kind of extends through the whole bag. Okay, so we've spoken about, I want to just jump in here. So we're going to pause it. I'm going to jump in here and just talk about, kind of show the viewers how we got the shoulders working a little bit steeper, the drills that we did, and then how then we kind of filled into downswing, and we'll hear from you again. So just stay there, Ian. I'm going to jump in there. So this is the drill we were using, guys. I said I was going to jump in, but Ian's like, oh, I've got the perfect Geely on here. I haven't got a Geely on. So this is exactly it. So we had one alignment stick up the left hand side. This was just to show you if your club was one opening, but also is my shaft working steeper relative to where you were, and then also are my shoulders working down, not flat and up, because anytime we work this way, where do you want to go, which is 99% of golfers, it's that horrible move. We kind of like
found out pretty early that I was a visual learner. I needed like things like we have to put sticks in, try and like I need something that's going to give me instant feedback, which this was the perfect drill, sort of what got us on our way, I think.
Definitely. I think you've got to find, as just going not just for you but for everybody, you've got to find the way you learn.
Yeah, definitely.
And you straight away like, oh, I'll work more visually. So you've sort of jumping ahead of the gun there, because we spoke about the tree, didn't we?
Yeah.
Guys, stick around for that bit, because that's the bit that we talk about downswing. So just show the viewers just a few drills of which you do at home, and I want to actually share this as well. So Ian said to me, we're going to go actually fast forward to sort of like 3 weeks ago, about 100 swings a day. You're in the situation where you're like, I feel like I'm improving, but I'm not improving as fast as I want to improve. Making 100 swings a day now. Now, they're not necessarily with a golf ball. No. They're just 100 swings at home, grooving a feeling, so it becomes a little bit more of an automatic thing on the golf course rather than just that. And I think a lot of people can listen to that. Well, how long do they take you? 10 minutes?
Probably do 25 while the coffee's brewing in the morning, and then
people looking in the front lounge and he's there swinging his golf club.
It's working.
Okay, so show us that drill.
So like just from where we were at the beginning, we said that I had this movement, which was here. So straight away we can see that like, I'm really disconnected and shoulder plane. So first thing we worked on was to keep this takeaway neutral. So it feels to me as though I just run this stick down the leg. And then straight away I can get this shoulder plane a lot better. So it was like kind of a double. We didn't do a lot of shots like hitting balls, but it was a lot of just this feel of.
And to the top. Brill. So that's absolutely everything we're looking for. Sold the club putting more to target. This matching this, absolutely brilliant. Like, we've got in a much better situation right there compared to where we were.
Yeah.
And that was the first port of call. So leave those in, because I think we've sort of used a similar thing going on to downswing as well. So everything we're talking about here is going to help us be more efficient, more consistent. We're talking about the bigger muscles of the body doing the work for us, as opposed to this.
Yeah.
So obviously it's going to increase in distance, we're going to increase in power, and we saw that throughout the whole bag. So talk me through what we did on downswing now. How did we get you feeling as though you attack the ball more from the inside with a stronger face, rather than having to really rely on this kind of flapping open, and if we got the badminton racket out, everybody knows, love the badminton racket.
Know it well.
Open like this, to now we're more this way. We're a lot more kind of neutral and passive. And the best thing about, I think, the way you've learned this is, I think people know they should do it, but do it slowly.
Yeah.
So talk me through how we did that.
So we kind of identified, obviously numbers what we got off shot scope, things like that, that I was really wide open.
Yeah.
So one thing when you teach, you don't give me the answers, you sort of get me to give you the answers, which is coming back to that understanding of, so we got in this position here where I remember the first felt times we was like trying to get a bit like Dustin Johnson-esque.
Yeah.
And it felt as though it was really laid off.
Yeah, on the downswing.
Help me. But we had to do that to the extremity, just because literally it was like this.
Yeah.
So I needed to feel what it was. Yeah.
And you literally stood there making some really slow shots, hitting the ball away off a tee-peg.
Yeah. Literally like 5-10% swings.
And you couldn't believe it. I remember a bingo moment, you had driver in your hand, and I said, go on, make this golf club feel as closed as possible on the way down.
Yeah.
And it was left, it was bullet left.
Yeah, yeah.
But it wasn't a slice, and you were like...
Somebody who's always gone 40 yards right to this bullet left, it was like... Mic drop moment. Yeah, it was...
Mic drop moment. Okay, so let's get rid of this alignment stick here.
Yep.
And this alignment stick. Just show us the viewers that drill of how you did it slowly.
At first it was like kind of the feel of a bit high.
But also at the start, like, I actually put you in a few of the positions now. We can't do that obviously because of COVID and stuff, but actually you swung to the top, you then brought it back down into delivery rather than it being over and open. You brought it back down into delivery, and I was like, no, go on, make it stronger, swing it up, oof, and it was like...
A lot of it is I was more like, right, I'd get to the top of my backswing and I'd say, is that right, is that right?
Yeah.
And I'd go, right, okay, and I'd do it again. And to the point where I didn't need you to tell me, I could just feel where it was. Just for me, like more like after we've had our lesson, once moving forward then, because it's alright, you putting me in the positions.
Yeah, but you've got to be able to do it yourself, haven't you?
Yeah.
There's no point like not going away without understanding all that knowledge, because then you're snookered. Yeah. Okay, so go on, set this club, show us the whole move here, how you did it slowly. Yeah, just that one really slow to get the feeling of him coming more from the inside with a stronger face.
Here.
Yep, again, these are all extremes, guys.
Yeah. And then it was like kind of this.
Yeah, and then really exploding through the shot.
So it was like really...
Good, and again. So the beauty with this is, like, we did it in sets of 5 where we hit 3 shots where we're not bothered about the ball flight.
Yeah. All
bothered about is this move, and really trying to feel like this did the extension, this did the feeling of power through the shot rather than this.
There's a lot of slow stuff.
Definitely, and I think more people have got to do this. You've got to do it slow. Good, and again, one more, and then you're going to hit 2 shots away for us.
And when we did these, we wasn't really bothered of, like, it was just feel.
We're not bothered about ball flight. I think you got to understand, if you're trying to improve your swing, like, yeah, if you for any golfer change something and try and improve something, their technique is going to improve, but potentially their body's not realised the new organisation of movement, and it's like, well, what the hell's going on? So you're going to hit a few bad ones. That's why I think when you go, right, okay, I'm allowing myself to hit 3, don't care, I'm going to really improve the functional movement. 2, where we're now bothered about ball flight, because it's unrealistic to say you can't do that all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, one more for us, and then I'm going to put them back on the ground. Lovely. Really good, but I mean, look at this finish now. And if we just put a split screen of kind of Ian's old and Ian's new now, you're going to see 2 totally different moves through the ball, which is absolutely fantastic. So just check these out right now. And let's hit 2 off the ground. Beautiful shot. So it's just before you hit that in, people are watching this video about distance.
Yeah.
So you hit 9.9 to start with. How far?
100.
100ish, and really high, poppy on a good one. Now what we at?
135.
And you know what, like, I think that's magic, because if you can hit your long irons a little bit further,
Yeah.
it makes the game so much easier.
Well, the big difference is like when, like, say, sort of anything what was like 150, 170 was like 6-5 iron, whereas now it's like 7-8 iron, and you just got a lot better chance of controlling it. And
But also, I think a good thing is, Ian, you won't mind me sharing this, you play a lot of golf with a very good golfer, don't you?
yeah.
And I think playing golf with people who are a better level, and you're a good sportsman, but it sort of brings you along, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. You sort of see where they're at, and one thing what you notice with them is, especially when I play with him, say if 400 yard par 4, it's driver and he's literally got a wedge in his hand. Whereas me, it's driver thinking,
5 iron, it was.
yeah,
5 iron.
thinking it's going to have to be a good hit to get anywhere.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's kind of getting a little bit better.
So perfect, hit this one away, hit 2 away fours like course shots. Beautiful move. And before you hit the final one, you know what's coming now. So if I grab this alignment stick, we also made a kind of a really great drill of putting this alignment stick down here and saying, you can't hit this left. You just can't hit it left. You've got to start the ball right and move it. And I go back to this all the time, and apologies if you've heard me say this before on the channel, but if you make a swing and react to a target, a lot of people will do this so well that they'll react to what's actually in front of them and make a much better move.
Well, it was just, especially from being a big slicer.
Yeah, exactly.
If you'd have asked me to do this the first few months, and
Get out of there! What are you doing to me?
yeah, no chance of being able to do it.
Okay, final one for us, pal, and we're going to just summarise the whole video for everybody. A little bit thin. Go on, we can't finish on that one.
No, we can't.
So make it smooth, make it feel nice. Tempo is key here. I mean, that's just so pure. But look at your finish. It's balanced, it's controlled. So summarising it for everybody at home, we took Ian's golf swing from being sat down over in this way. Now we did loads of drills trying to feel like we stay in posture, and just think one thing we missed off here was actually when we tried to feel this club was shallowing and strengthening, was trying to link up with the body staying down, didn't we, and really staying in posture and then exploding out. But I think that you could go on about this forever and what we've done and what we've worked through, but ultimately every time it's working to the same hymn sheet. It's not like it's not reactive. I think you've got to realise is coaching can't be reactive. Oh, this week I did this week I did that.
Yeah.
You should actually have patterns start to emerge through the whole game that kind of happen all the time.
Well, what happened, we got to a point where we had a lot of structure.
Yeah.
So every time I came for another lesson, like prior to coming seeing you, I was probably doing what a lot of like high handicappers do, is just searching through YouTube, trying to find a miracle drill, thinking, right, I'm going to find it one day.
Don't tell them it doesn't exist. What are you doing here, you? I'm joking. But no, you're right. If you want something that's actually for your game,
Yeah.
you've either got to enter Sunday Swings, or you've got to go and see somebody, wherever your local coach is. Like, you got it.
Every time we come now, we know where we're up to, and then we work on the next part. And it's been like you say, it's 18 months. It's a long process, and it's a lot of hours away from here.
It's a lot of credit to you though. It's all well and good getting lessons, but you've got to go and do the work.
Yeah.
Got to do the work. Got him. Don't hit this one away for us. We're going to finish the video here.
Okay.
So guys, thank you so much for watching, and thanks Ian for coming down and spending this afternoon.
mate. Anytime.
We'll go and play some golf after here. First time Ian's actually played with me. Hopefully I don't let him down.
Expecting a low number.
Shut up. So guys, I said to you, start the video, I'd let you know how you can enter Sunday Swings. It's so simple, you know what's coming. Please do make sure, I'd appreciate it if you hit that big red subscribe button. So number 1 is subscribe to the channel. Number 2 is turn on your bell notification. And the final one, you've got to put hashtag pick me down below. I really hope you enjoyed this style of video with me actually bringing on a student that I coach. Please do hit that thumbs up button if you do enjoy this style of content. I really do appreciate your support. Thanks so much.